Hello again, this is Verde, and today we're playing a very specific challenge that involves, well, we involve our boosts. Basically, we will not be able to, let's see the green buttons. We are not pressing them. Just that. We cannot press any green button. We cannot increase any boost. And that's it, really. How we want to win this thing? Well, I have some ideas. My main idea is, well, complicated. So let's see if we get it from this first boss. Right? Anyway, I chose the spear because it is a weapon that can safely carry me all the way through the second boss. And it might be needed. For me to be very much carried. Like, the spear can carry me even without boosts all the way through the second boss. Therefore, yeah, it is a safe bet there. What we are looking for? We are looking for a very specific legendary, which is Emerald Eye. It will make sense in some time why we chose an Emerald Eye. First of all, Emerald Eye Rain is a very good thing, but the thing is, there is the Fire Fang, which could be good as well, but the thing about Fire and Acid is that they are very different debuffs. So we got Emerald Eye, great. Now we need negative acid damage and negative acid stacks, that's the goal, By the way, right now, the enemies very much take acid damage. I don't know why it works like that, but the acid damage shows as a negative number, but yeah, they still take it, Now they don't anymore because I have 0 acid stacks. But they were taking damage that time. Now I would love to reduce acid stacks once more. So we go back towards dealing damage, I like dealing damage with acid. So what we will be looking for in terms of legendaries? Well, Guardian thing, it's not bad. Life Seal, not bad too. Perhaps in order to have a lot of health, Berserk. I know I'm getting Warrior if it shows up. So acid stacks, sadly the acid damage is green, but the acid stacks does something while the other one does not. Oh god, tons of good stuff. Score is good. This guy is good. So another legendary that is something that we are very much interested in is lowering rank cooldown. That would be nice. These guys are already dead, they just don't know it yet. None of this is actually any useful. Of any use whatsoever. So most of the time in this game, when negative damage would be applied, it isn't. Right? It straight up isn't. But when negative damage is applied through debuffs, it is. Like, for instance, if you would hit an enemy for negative damage, you wouldn't even take the knockback. However, if you burn enemies for negative fire damage, it works. What do I know, right? That's triple acid damage. Now it's a lot of damage. Like, straight up a lot of damage. This build looks strong. The thing is, we cannot increase its defensibility at all, nor its uptime. You know? We could decrease rain duration to a point that it becomes positive again, and it might be a good idea, but we are not doing that, mostly because it would make us way too strong in a very specific part of the game, way too strong, way too weak in a specific part of the game where we need to be strong, you know? Where we need to survive. Like, I don't think we can invert that reliably while still getting acid upgrades before wave before the beginning of the next map. The beginning of the next map is where most deaths will occur in this challenge. I have tried a lot of this challenge, you know. So we can increase its uptime by lowering its cooldown via the legendary. That could work. That would work, you know. That would be the preferred way of increasing the uptime to 100%. And also, we don't need multiple rains going on at the same time because this will be a lot of damage. You know, this will be a lot of damage. We will however, need to be wary of chargers and snipers. They both can end our runs. You know, enemies in general that can deal damage to us in less than either 1 second or 4 seconds. You know, 4 seconds in the downtime, that is dangerous, and 1 second and the time between rains. It's a little bit more given how stuff works. So let's say, what do we have here? Warrior would be good. It would be a little bit of armor. I'd rather pick rain cooldown. Perfect. I'm dealing way more acid damage right now. The bat should not last that long. And now we have perfect uptime on our rain. You know, which is great. We will be removing a little bit more. Soonish. Like, let's start removing. Yeah, I got a little bit quiet there. I'm also a little bit sleepy. I believe my wife is asleep in the bathroom. She's having some difficulty sleeping, and sometimes when she is having such difficulty sleeping, she wakes up in the middle of the night and she sleepwalks herself to the bathroom and sits there and falls asleep. So I believe that is the case right now. I should wake up her. Let me check real quick. I am back. Hello. Let's remove acid damage. And let's... Oh, green. Let's give priority to greens. You're dealing a lot of damage, you know. Once again, this is a very hard challenge. I've been trying a lot to make it work. Even though this build does not make it seem like it. You know? Pudding. Hello, Pudding, my guy. Budding shouldn't last that long. Hmm. I'm thinking, what could budding give us that would make that much of a difference? Shovel, funnily enough, is not useful. Guardian Belt, however, is. So let's get acid damage because both of them have the same number and does not make any difference whatsoever. You know, a lot of damage. The Guardian thing is not good against melee enemies, but as you can probably tell, we are not having that many issues against melee enemies. We'll probably not have them for a while. Issues against melee enemies. You know. Our damage will still go up quadratically. However, I don't think that is enough to kill everything in this game. You know, actually, it's not only quadratic because it's also linear with time. You know, so that boss dies quite quickly, as you can probably tell. Now let's get one more life and more acid stacks. 14 squared. How big that number is? I used to know that. It's like 196. Yeah, that sounds about like round. Anyway, I used to be good at math, therefore I used to uh, have that kind of thing. Like, I used to be very good at squaring and getting square roots. I'm not anymore. No. Oh, I forgot to press the space. The challenge here will be avoiding damage. Because we are squishy. We do have some way of dealing lots of damage. You know. Right now, but we are very squishy. And so are our enemies, though, which is nice. Let's just always increase the first one. Does not make that much of a difference, really. Actually, if we want to be more efficient, we should always increase the lowest one between the two. You know? We're dealing a lot of damage. And we shall keep doing a lot of damage if we can. You know? Chargers, I don't like you. Can you please not exist? You know? We could get life steal and have some survivability. That way, if we get hit and not die immediately, we... Oh, green. Purple. The slugger. Hard boss. Dead. Oh, we are almost dead, too. Elementalist is some survivability. Acid stacks is a lower number. So now we will be facing, yeah, those guys. And as you can tell, they are a little bit harder to avoid all damage. But we will be able to. I have faith in our ability to avoid all damage. Right? And also, we have one extra life. which somehow we haven't used in that slugger fight. Almost did. Are there snipers alive? I don't know. At this point, I am very weirdly smashing the spacebar button as much as I can out of nervousness, honestly, because this is as far as I could get in this challenge. You know, ouch. Bats are very problematic for us, and I am actually thinking about some waves in the future where there will be tons of bats. And I'm thinking we how will we survive those waves, you know? Perhaps life seal could save us. Ouch. Ouch. So, yeah. I think you now have noticed why I think this challenge is difficult. Because, well, we cannot increase our survivability in any sort of way. You know? We have no control over our survivability. Spitter should not be that big of an issue. The bats that accompany it perhaps will. A lot of ghosts. Please give me life seal. This is no life seal. There is wind spear, which does it is a little bit more knockback. So I guess there's that. So I think against this wave we're okay. Perhaps against this wave we are also okay. I don't know. We're dealing a lot of damage. We have the damage. What we don't have is survivability, any of it. Are we killing the bats fast enough that they are not a problem this wave? Am I going crazy? Is that the thing? Are we just out damaging the bats? Perhaps. You know? Perhaps we are just violently out damaging everything. Perhaps that is the way. There are snipers, they usually get to fire once. You know? But they need very few hits in order to kill me. And those ranged bats, they sound like a nightmare because they are a nightmare. For me at least. Ouch. Almost lost a life there. So the thing is, this is the wave I was telling you about that has a ton of bats. I survived. Somehow. I somehow survived. This is tense, you know? The twins, I don't think they will last that long. A little bit more worried about the wave that accompanies them. Yeah, Elemental Master. Sure. Let's get even more acid. So there are now those enemies that run. They are somewhat tanky and they run a lot. And I am a little bit scared of them, I will not lie to you. Yeah, those guys. Yeah, they could get to me. And they don't care about Guardian Layer. You know? Ouch. The thing is, I still have one extra life. So perhaps that extra life will be enough for me to win the game. I need to carry it as far as possible. That extra life. You know? I need to carry it as far as possible because that will very much make a lot of difference. That extra life. Uh, the thing about it is the immunity it gives. Give us a lot of iframes when it procs. You know, and those iframes, they basically are a wave for us, given how much damage we deal. They're basically a survival wave 3 card. You know? Great. Hmm. How am I dodging all of these? Yeah. Eventually that failed because that was doomed to. Okay, I somehow am surviving. The boss wave is usually not that hard. Ouch. That was almost alive. Yeah, that was almost a whole life. So what should we pick? This? This wave is hard. Yeah, I am not speaking, mostly because I am afraid of dying. Constantly afraid of dying. I somehow survived that wave. Oh god. Ouch. There he goes. My extra life. And half of my last one. I will survive. I didn't. I forgot to press the spacebar. Honestly, I think this is as far as this challenge will get. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Oof. And I hope to see you guys next time.